So that is the audition piece for MSBOA All-State Auditions for middle school. It's number 58 in the Getchell book. Looks like this. A lot of times your band director will make you a copy of it, so you don't have to buy the book. I urge you to come back and listen to this at the beginning of the video several times. Being able to imitate what a good horn player sounds like is one of the easiest ways and one of the quickest ways to learn. So come and listen to this often. If you'd like to measure number your piece, I will be referring to measure numbers throughout this little tutorial. The notes in this piece are pretty easy, so it's not going to be about who hits all the right notes. Most middle school players are going to be able to play all the notes in this piece pretty easily. There's nothing too difficult, nothing too high, nothing too low, nothing too technically difficult. So I think the biggest thing about this piece is the contrast. You have the contrast between the dynamics, you have loud, and you have soft. You don't have to make a lot of decrescendos and crescendos in between. Just very strong loud and very nice controlled soft. The other two things are the attack and then the note length. So besides the volume, each note has an attack and they have the note length. In the loud parts, many of the attacks are accented. So you want you're going to hit it a little stronger. Ta, ta. And along with the strong attack, I'm also holding the note very long. And then in the other part, I'm giving it a light attack and a shorter note. So there's a little more space between each note. So there's a huge difference between the first two measures and then measure 3 and 4. And that contrast goes on throughout the whole piece. So really push yourself to play loud, louder than you usually do probably. Push yourself to play a nice strong loud with a strong tongue accent and nice sustained notes during the loud part, and then nice delicate staccato notes in measure 3 and 4 and sections like that. Now in measure 3 and 4 we have the first of the little tricky things that are in here. There are eighths and sixteenths in a pattern, and then they're in a different pattern. So you have to make sure you're playing the right one. Really look at the music, maybe make a note of which one is which. So you have the long and too short, and then you have the too short and the long. You can sing a little device that can help you remember it for this one in measure 3 and 4. Long da da da, long da da da, different da da da. So the third one is different, so you sing different. And that will remind you to play the two shorts on the first one. And then the second line is exactly the same. You have the contrast with the accented loud notes, and then you have the delicate soft staccato notes in measures 7 and 8. The middle section starts with measure 9, and this is not all accented, but it's still loud and strong. So make sure your note lengths are a little longer than the piano section with the 8ths and 16ths. Listen to the difference. So when the notes are loud, play with a lot more volume, obviously, but you sustain the notes a little more. That makes the volume sound a little louder and come across a little stronger. In measure 11, you have another little tricky thing. The author of this etude has maybe misplaced or moved the rest to something you might not expect. So I've heard many students play this where the stress is in the wrong place. So you have to make sure you're putting the downbeat and the stress in the right place. So it's a little hard to get it into your ear at first, but put on the metronome, make sure you're doing it right. It's not too difficult once you get it in your ear. And then there's 2 lines like that, and then it finishes with music that's virtually the repeat of the first section, and in the last line you have again the dotted short 16th and 8th note pattern, and it is again slightly different than it's been in every other case. It's different. So the short notes are at the beginning of each one. Again, the notes in this piece are not difficult. It's about making the musical difference and contrast with all the various elements of it, making those as clear as possible, making sure that the person listening to the audition really can hear all of those differences in the contrast between the different kinds of notes. Good luck in your preparation. I hope this video helps.